How's it going, everybody? My name is Warner Fields with Fields of Profit. I'm a six-figure Amazon seller and full-time student, and in today's video we're going to be diving into how you can find a winning wholesale product for Amazon FBA. There's a lot of simple tricks that you can use to make sure that your first or whatever wholesale product you're on now, make sure it's a good buy. And we're going to be looking at some Keepa charts, some basic patterns to keep in mind when you're trying to source wholesale products. It can seem pretty intimidating to find your first wholesale product that you're going to be able to move at volume, do it profitably, but it's really not too complicated once you really get into it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do that. Just real simply, just find maybe get one or two good products for you guys to start off with here and how to find those products. Before we do so, if you could press the subscribe button down below, I'm going to be contributing some value to your business for free. And if you could just hit that button, that would really help me out. So the hardest part when you're first trying to find a product is going to be finding your first product, because once you find your first product, you can do something called reverse sourcing, which is something I'll get into. But to find your first product, you're going to want to think of a product that isn't controlled by a strong brand, something that is easily maybe easily copyable. So like permanent markers, not a great example, because you're just going to get Sharpie listings and then private label sellers, meaning they own that product, so you're not going to be able to get a wholesale account with them, and then large companies like Sharpie and stuff like that. So you're going to want to look for products that are maybe a little niche, that you could have a brand relationship with the company who sells that. If you want to go the wholesale brand route, if you want to go the distributor route, you can just type in Sharpie distributor or whatever you end up wanting to sell, and that's a lot simpler. It just requires a lot more legwork. So I'm going to be showing you how you can find maybe a brand to work with, or just find a product, and then you can use those person's storefront to go ahead and grab some other products you can sell. So I'm thinking of a product that it doesn't really have a strong brand, so maybe we can find a smaller company to work with. So I have this planned out ahead, but I'm going to look for an umbrella carry bag. Not a super well-known product, so I'm sure some of these brands are pretty decent size. So we're just looking for a product that has more than 3 or more than 2 FBA sellers, which means that it's not a private label seller. And you don't want Amazon to be selling it, because Amazon is going to hog the buy box, meaning that even if you're priced at the same price, Amazon is almost always going to take all the sales, so you don't want to be on those listings. So I'm going to use an extension here called DS Quick View just to really quickly check and see how many FBA sellers are. This extension is free, but you also don't technically need it. You just have to click through manually and see how many people are selling on each listing. So we're just looking for one that has more than 1 FBA seller and is not sold by Amazon. We're just going to keep scrolling here. So we've got 2 sellers here, so we're getting closer maybe. We got 1, and then right here we've got a product with 10 plus sellers. So we're going to see if there is anything to be seen here. Maybe we can find a brand. So I guess this would be the brand here, Sport Design. Maybe it would be hard to find this specific brand, but just for the sake of identifying what a good product looks like, we can go ahead and dive into the Keepa. Also, this listing has one picture and it's really bad. It doesn't really show off. So it's like a windscreen for the beach, and it really doesn't show off the product very well. So if you were to work with a brand on this, maybe you could say that we could improve your listing, because if you improve these pictures, you're almost definitely going to see more sales. It's already seeing a pretty good amount of sales with this horrible listing, honestly. So if you were to contact a brand, you could have a value proposition that we could improve your listing, throw more pictures on there, improve your sales, because they want to work with people who are going to help them. So you could help them by saying that your listing is bad. We can help you make it better. Be a little more diplomatic about it than that maybe, but whatever suggestions you have. So the first thing we're going to look for is the price higher than $15? This isn't a universal rule. I have one product wholesale that I can think of that I sell for less than $10. But for the most part, they are more than $15. They're in probably the $15 to $30 price range, where a lot of people will be buying it. It's not really a big decision to buy something that's under $30, but there's enough meat on the bones there that there could be a decent profit margin in there for wherever you're sourcing it from. So in this case, we've got this product for $24. And the next thing we're going to check is the number of sellers, so that we can identify the share of sales. Because if the product is selling a whole bunch, but it's got 100 sellers on it, you might only move, 10 to 20 units a month. And is it really worth your time to go through the trouble of opening a wholesale account, maintaining stock, all that kind of stuff, to sell 10 to 20 units a month? Probably not. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and check and see if there is enough sales on this listing for us to go ahead and worry about finding this brand. So the way you're going to do that is you're going to check the sales rank. You can use this Jungle Scout extension here to identify the number of sales, but this is a $200 extension for the year. I use it all the time. I think it's worth it, but I'll go ahead and show you how you can do it without it. You're just going to go to junglescout.com/estimator. You're going to plug in the sales rank. So in this case, you're just going to try to estimate the average sales rank over the last couple months. This is for beach related activities, so it's probably going to pick up even more here during the summer. But for now, let's call the average sales rank about 20,000 or so, because it kind of jumps down into the teens, goes up to the high 20s. So we'll just call the average rank 20,000. This is in the United States marketplace. And then you're going to check the category on Keepa here. It's going to show up right here. It's going to be sports and outdoors. Or if you don't have Keepa, first of all, get Keepa because you need it. But the category will be right down here. So it's going to say sports and outdoors. So we're going to just go ahead and type in sports and outdoors here. And then this is going to estimate the number of sales that we get every month. So this product is selling 480 times a month. And then the next thing we're going to do is identify the number of competitive sellers. And what a competitive seller is someone who's within 2% of the buy box price, within 50 cents or so. I kind of eyeball it, but you're just going to want to make sure that the price is close. So I would not call these people who are $26 competitive sellers. So we've got this one person at 24, and then we've got one more here. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5 competitive sellers, it looks like. Yeah. So then we would be the 6th seller on this listing. And the number of sales was 480. So 480 divided by 6 is going to be, let's see here, that's going to be 80 sales per month. So that's meets that threshold of getting more than 30 sales per month. The next thing we're going to want to make sure we check is that Amazon is not on the listing. And you can see Amazon wasn't selling it here. And then you can check Keepa, and there would be a big orange line that says that Amazon's on the listing. And in this case, there's only new FBA sellers, meaning third-party sellers like ourselves, selling on this listing. So Amazon's not going to hog the sales on this one. So the next thing you're going to want to do when you find a product that you think looks good, in this case, everything kind of checks out. It would sell enough, it meets our price point. So the next thing you're going to want to do is try to find the brand. In this case, I wasn't able to find the brand, but I did find this listing here. It could just be like a Alibaba type product that people are just ripping from here. It's going for $9.24, literally the same thing, same picture. You could just take these pictures from here and this listing would sell even more. So right now it's selling for $24. So if you're buying it for $9.24, these margins are really thin. So I'll just show you this. It's not a good product just because these margins are insanely thin. Maybe if you were able to improve this listing, it would sell faster, but you could, I don't know, if you wanted to take a gamble, you could try this, but I wouldn't recommend it. The main thing I wanted to show you here is how to identify a good product. And then once you find a good product that people are probably wholesaling, you're going to go ahead and check the other stores. So this is called reverse sourcing. I mentioned this earlier. You're going to check the other stores on this listing and see what kind of products they are selling, because these people are probably wholesale sellers. So if they are selling wholesale, that means they're going to have other products that you can kind of maybe find other brands, maybe find some distributors off of just figuring out whatever they're selling. I like to go off of sellers that have not that many ratings, because those people are going to be not so impressive to a big brand. So like this person here has 130,000 ratings. So this person is a really big company and could buy massive POs, just kind of use their weight better to get bigger accounts. So I like to go to small Amazon accounts because they're going to have wholesale accounts that are easier to get. So if you're first starting, you're going to want to just source from those smaller stores, because those people are more likely to open an account with just anyone. So here we've got a storefront with 4 ratings. We've got a just launched here. We're just going to open up a couple of these tabs. Another just launched. We've got 130 ratings. We've got 1 rating. And then we're just going to go ahead and check out their storefronts here. So any of these products might be something to look into for a potential wholesale product. So this right here might be a good example. Speedball, that brand. This is a little low priced for me. This could be decent because it's really small. Silhouette brand, I think I've heard of it. It might be kind of big and hard to get, but you could find a distributor for that brand rather than just going straight to the manufacturer. So we're gonna try Speedball. What else we got here? We can try this one. It's a little, oops. We can try this brand. It's a little low priced for me, but might as well check it out. See if they've got maybe higher priced items we can sell. And it looks like this is the same brand here. So we're going to go ahead and check out Speedball. We're going to run the same analysis we ran last time. So we've got 7 competitive sellers on this one. The new price is holding pretty steady. You're also going to want to check for price stability. I should have mentioned that earlier. You don't always have to look for price stability. I would just rather have that guaranteed return of 15 to 25% margin than the chances of making 50% margin, but maybe the price drops and you lose 30% or something crazy. So I like to look for price stability. In this case, we have some pretty good price stability. It's been in that $27 price point for quite a while. I'm just gonna go ahead and zoom in here. Amazon, you can see where Amazon's kind of been on it, but not really. This doesn't really worry me. We're also going to check for the number of sales we would get, just like we did last time. So we've got a pretty low sales rank with the number of competitive sellers is 7. So we don't even need to run the calculations. This is gonna sell enough for us. So the next thing you would want to do here is go ahead and see Speedball. You're just going to search the brand name. We've got them right here. And then you're going to find like an About Us, maybe retailers here. Might be a good place to go. Maybe not here. But you're just going to poke around on the website, see if you can find a Contact Us page of some kind. And then you would just go ahead and send them a simple little email that says, hi, I'm a retail store owner. I want to open an account with you. I actually have some scripts that I made. I have 3 separate scripts for your initial emails to these companies whenever you're first reaching out to open a wholesale account. If you want to check those out below, it's just going to ask you for your email, and then I'm going to give you some free wholesale email templates to go ahead and use. And those are the exact template that I use to open my wholesale accounts. So there's really nothing to lose there. You can always just adapt or just completely throw it away if you think my ideas are garbage on there. It's just a really simple little email intro. But yeah, so that's basically the whole process of finding your first wholesale product there. You're just looking for some simple little indicators. Again, to reiterate those, you're looking for consistent price, you're looking for share of sales. I personally think it's over 30. Once you get a pricing on it, I look for at least 35% ROI or 15% margin at the bare minimum. Those are for your fast movers. You're also going to want to check when you're first trying to find products, make sure that the product is over $15. And then you're also going to want to make sure that Amazon or the brand themselves is not on the listing. Sometimes the brand themselves will just be selling directly on the Amazon listing, and you don't want to waste your time there, because those brands are definitely not going to give you a wholesale account if they know you're selling on Amazon, because you're just going to take from them in that case. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you got some value out of it. If you did, feel free to like, comment, ask any questions down below. If you want to, go ahead and check out those wholesale email scripts. Those, again, are going to be down below. All I need is your email address, and I'll get you those for free. But that's going to do it for this video. Thanks, guys.